Welcome to Tea Time. Welcome everyone. Give everyone a second to get all logged on. We're a little earlier, but we're ready to go. Welcome. Hey sis, such a beautiful heart back to you. Welcome. Hey Meech. It is now 5:11, so welcome everyone to Tea Time with Kitty. I hope you are enjoying your day. Hey sis, I hope you are enjoying the start of your new month. Um, and I hope that you enjoyed your Halloween on yesterday. I have truly enjoyed Halloween. I won't say it's one of my favorite holidays, but it is one that I definitely love to enjoy with the kids. So I guess it could be considered kind of my favorite. We did our brunch on Sunday, and then we did something new. We went to the trunk or treat event that they do in at the Navy Yard in DC, and they got plenty of candies there. It's a church, and all of their members come, and they are inside of a secured spot, and they all decorate their trunks, and they pass out the candy, and the kids go around in a circle, and they're all dressed up with costumes. It was really nice. Hey, sis. Um, so they definitely enjoyed that. I'm trying to make sure this sweatshirt is staying down over this dress, so it can be, yeah, okay. So happy birthday to all the November birthdays. My goddaughter will be celebrating her 27th on tomorrow. My brother will be celebrating his 40. My baby brother will be celebrating his 47th on the 6th. And my nephew, the 27th. And I think my niece the 28th, and then Yanni the 29th. Hey, Sanaya. So we have several birthdays in the month of November, as well as getting ready for Thanksgiving and that holiday season. So we're going to be doing some recipes soon. So make sure, hey, Donald, you know that it is that season where we are getting our recipes out so that we can share them with others as we prepare them going into the Thanksgiving season. This month, the month of November, is very special to me, not only because of those birthdays, but I always have this as my month to give thanks. And I really dedicate this month to being as thankful as possible to what I have, as well as to extend my thanks to others and be a blessing in someone's life. So we did talk about deciding what we would do to give back for this month, and we had some suggestions. And if times allow, we may try to throw some of those out today. But we're going to get into this topic of something that I want you to be aware of going into the Thanksgiving season. So let's see. Today's topic is, maybe we should do a drum roll. Okay. So today's topic is favorite dummy. So someone shared this topic with me. And when we think about favorite dummy, I'm going to ask you all first, what comes to mind when you think about a favorite dummy? Just tell me what comes to mind when you think about a favorite dummy. And again, this is a topic that someone shared because I would never consider anyone a dummy where I'm at in my life, because I think I've done it all and tried all. So I wouldn't use that terminology per se. But once we dig into the topic, we'll see how important it is to be aware and to make sure that you're not someone's favorite dummy. Does anything come to mind when we talk about favorite dummy? And we're going to break it down into different sections. If you're not comfortable with speaking on Tea Time channel, you can always text me at 202-758-8941. And you can be as anonymous as you want. A person that stays in a situation too long. Wow, situation. Someone who stays in a situation too long. So we're going to talk about that because I like that you said a situation. You didn't say what situation. And that's what made it really stand out to me. A situation and not what situation, because that's very important. Let's see. It sounds like a joke. Okay, okay, definitely sounds like a joke. Okay, I have a text coming in. Okay, so okay, that wasn't for tea time right now. Okay, so that was for tea time. Definitely sounds like a joke. Hey, Chucky. Anyone, either work, relationship, or etc. Yes, because it can be in so many different attitudes. So when a person shared with me that they don't want to be anyone's favorite dummy, they were talking about a relationship, right? And I ponder with that thing because wow, favorite dummy, because I know being an African, I refer to people as a dummy most of the time when I'm driving. Okay. Okay, favorite dummy. So the first part of it is going to talk about a relationship, and it's going to talk about an intimate relationship. And I know that I've had some relationship woes, some highs and some lows. We're going to start there, but we're going to show how important it is in other parts of your life. And why we're starting with relationships is because when someone shared it, they were talking about a relationship. And what it means to be someone's favorite dummy is we have to be honest, and not just women. Believe it or not, it's not just women. I always thought that men took total advantage of women growing up. From the lens of my eyes, but as I grew older and became more aware, I know that it's not just women; it's actually men too. Sometimes men and women are people's favorite dummy. So if you are in a new relationship or relationship, thinking about a relationship, make sure that you go into this relationship being fair, being supportive, being loving, even willing to split bills. We're not even talking about dumping one, but even if it's down to, hey, I take you on a date Friday, you take me on a date Saturday. But in doing all these things, do not be anyone's favorite dummy. Do not be the person that's with that person because you're dumb enough. And I want you to really embrace that and understand that it is not saying anything to bash a relationship, because all relationships have good and bad. All relationships have things that we grow from, grow with, but do not ever be in a relationship where you're being someone's favorite dummy, right? Well, I need to buy you a car because she has this nice house. And if I don't buy you a car, then chances is you may be with her. Or I am going to buy you this necklace because if I don't get you this necklace, I know that you will be with him. So make sure that we're protecting our heart, make sure that we're protecting our feelings, and make sure we see people for who they are. In order for you to truly grow with someone and not be someone's favorite dummy, you have to go through some things, right? You can't always be the one giving someone $10. Sometimes you need to ask for $10 just to see if you'll be able to get it back, right? You have to make sure that you're not in a situation where, hey, I am going to put up with everything she does, because if I don't put up with it, she's going to be someone else. If that's constantly what you're saying, and if you know someone you're dealing with have someone else, and it's like a tug of war to keep that person, if you win, just make sure you're not winning because this week you're the biggest dummy. Make sure you protect yourself and protect your feelings. And I truly know and understand the importance of love and having union and being with someone. Just don't be their choice because you happen to fit the description for the biggest dummy. And the favorite dummy that can also be the biggest dummy. Do anyone have anything to chime in as it relates to relationships, with helping someone, if it doesn't apply to any of us, but sharing it with someone else that will not make them be someone's favorite dummy? Someone has a husband, someone has a wife, someone lives with someone. So you have to make yourself available, right? Because I know he lives with her. So that means that I need to be home at 3:00 p.m. every day so that I can have my intimate time with he or she before they have to go home to who they go home to. Don't be that type of favorite dummy, right? Don't be that woman that's constantly saying things like, oh, I'll cook for you. Your wife don't cook. If your wife don't cook for you, you should be hungry. I wish I would cook somebody else's husband dinner. If your wife don't cook for you, then let them be hungry. Don't go saving the day trying to be the favorite, the biggest girlfriend, mistress, dummy. Right now, we're casting that spirit out from women and men because no one deserves that. Some of us have been through it, know what it feels like, know what rejection looks like. So we will not tolerate that behavior. We're going to lift people up and comfort them in any type of way as it relates to relationship side of being the favorite dummy. Okay, so let's liven it up a little bit, right? Let's take away from the serious note, and let's think about on a more jokeful way of being the biggest dummy. I'm sorry, I keep saying biggest favorite dummy. Well, I just had an experience of being the favorite dummy about a week ago. It was Friday, and we had already rode past Target the Friday before, and Nala wanted to go to Target. Dangerous topic, but probably needed. No. We're gonna lighten it up a little bit now. And it's only being a dummy, not telling anybody to leave anybody, or because I do not believe on moving if it's not your time to move, or if it's not safe to move. So we're not saying anything. I'm just going to give y'all the story of being someone's favorite dummy and what it looks like and how you can correct it, but don't have to end it, right? So she tell me she said, Grandma, Target is there. We need to go to Target. Take me to Target. I take her to Target a lot. So we go to Target. And she go in there, she's trying to get all this stuff. And I said, hey, you're getting one item and Yari's getting one item and we're getting out of here. That's all I got enough for. So as I'm paying for her stuff, she likes to put it on you real thick. She said, Grandma, Mommy doesn't take me to Target anymore. And I said, okay. So then she said, and Grandma, because she's trying to talk up to get a few more items, she said, and Grandma, Daddy doesn't let me suck my thumb. And so then I'm just smiling all over. I said, oh, this little girl got so much stuff with her. So then she tells me, she said, Grandma, you're my favorite because you take me to Target and you let me suck my thumb. And I thought about that little girl and said, I am her favorite dummy, right? I am her favorite dummy, and she's 4 years old and already know how to think she can manipulate me. So that's why it's so important to not just be someone's favorite, but to know what type of favorite you are for that person, right? And for this 4-year-old to think that she can monopolize me because one time she didn't go to Target, or one time her dad said something about her thumb, and now I'm her favorite. She'll put it on real thick. You my best friend, Grandma, and just to get what she wants. So please, I am willing to be her favorite dummy, right? But please, if you are not willing to be some people's favorite dummies, let's take a look at things that we can talk about to stop you from being that. At church, do not let anybody at church make you feel like you gotta do more than you have to do. It's really, really, really nice to be Sister Kitty, and all those special people who will go above and beyond. But it is okay to say no. When you're overwhelmed, when you're frustrated, and you just stretch yourself as thin as it can go, it's okay. Do not be bound by anything for making you feel that you have to go the extra mile. Church is one place that you will find yourself being the biggest dummy, right? And has nothing to do with loving the Lord. And no, don't overdo yourself. They were saying that it's more women in church than men because women are more followers and men are a little bit more stubborn, right? So if it's a whole church full of people, divide that up. And they'll say, well, we can't get everybody. Well, then you need to be having a conversation, because if this is your church, this is your union, this is your temple, put some work into it, right? So do not let church. Next on the list, do not let your job. Some of us feel so important. I was sitting back laughing because I went through a season at my job, and I was sitting back laughing, just thinking that people know how to keep on pumping you up. Oh, Miss Hers, you so dedicated. People will pump you up because they want you to be their favorite dummy, right? And I will get phone calls on Saturdays and Sundays from customers, and they know goodness well we ain't open, especially on Sundays, right? But they will call you late at night. And then the more you get it done for them, they've even told me, I've told Smith, hey, how did you get this number? Oh, someone gave it to me. So when they finish with you, making you their favorite dummy, then they'll pass it on to family members and friends. If you want to get this done, here, get this. Do not be anyone's favorite dummy, not just down to the customers, but it's your own co-workers. Anybody got a co-worker that makes the same amount of money as them, as much money as them, or more money than them, but don't know the job? I remember I had a co-worker, and no matter how much I would help her on today, she would be right back tomorrow. And how I got her to stop asking me for help, repeated help, the same questions over and over again, is I said, when we get paid Friday, I'm going to help you cash your check. And she would tell me, "Oh, no, I said, I'm gonna help you cash your check. I'm gonna take you to a liquor store." I said, because you asked for help with everything pertaining to this job, except for PeopleSoft, meaning when we put our time in the system, and except for when it's time to go cash your paycheck. You do those things fine. And that's how I got her to back up off of me as a worker back in the day, with coming to me, you can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. You have to let them know that's the coworker that loves you because you're your favorite dummy. And now we're going to be in that supervisor that your staff think that they can manipulate. And they didn't use every type of leave, but dead leave. Dead leave where they done been sick so many times. I think Chris told me the other day, the only thing left now to do is the call in dead, because you didn't use up all your sick days. And they think that they're getting over. And the one time you have to let them know that you need some paperwork, some doctor work, or whatever. And now you're no longer their favorite dummy, right? Now you're mean. And there's other forms that comes at the job. It could be your boss. It could be your boss, and you can do X, Y, and Z and bend over in all different angles to get the job done, to be as flexible as possible. And then you no longer can do it. And now you're no longer your boss' favorite dummy. And now it may be on your evaluation. Your evaluation may not be as high, because people love you, they enjoy you, but they really take advantage of you being their favorite dummy. So again, we talked about it, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's with the apple of your eye, whether it's at church, or if it's at work. Get away from being people's favorite dummy. Do anyone else have an example of where favorite dummies are? Is there anywhere else in your life that you can sometimes find a favorite dummy? Make sure you drop it in the chat. We're getting away from being people's favorite dummy, and we're going to see them coming and know when we see them coming, and we're going to address it so they'll know, like, hey, not today. I'm not your favorite dummy today. And see where things will go from there. See if they still like you as much. See if they still call you as much, because it's really important that we become aware of being people's favorite dummies, because it's their holiday season, and those people are out, because in life there's givers and takers. And those people are on their way. They're looking for you. They already preparing their sad sob story so that they can take advantage of you, because you are their favorite dummy. Anyone else have somewhere that people, because we ain't even got into the family part, right? Or the community part of being someone's favorite dummy. Right now, we're just talking about where else do you find people will know that you are their favorite dummy and take advantage of it. If you want to drop it in the chat, where do people look for their favorite dummy? And if you know that you've had your experiences, but you're delivered from that, that's okay too. That we're moving on from it. Hey there. Hi, that's Tiny. Hey, Tiny. Don't do it. Don't do what, Chucky? You don't see people coming to be their favorite dummy, or you're not their favorite dummy, because we haven't even gotten to a family yet. We haven't gotten to a family, because where them family members that want every service from you for free, but they'll pay someone else. Let's see, we got family and kids are number one. Oh my gosh, the favorite. I know that I had to be my kid's favorite dummy. I'm telling you. Okay, we have a text message. Oh, I didn't even see all this. Okay. You can be a neighbor's favorite dummy. Someone said you can be a neighbor's favorite dummy. Has anyone ever used their neighbor as a favorite dummy or have been a favorite dummy for their neighbor? You said don't do family. Okay. The ones who always want to borrow stuff. What about those neighbors who always want to borrow something or something? I know I had a neighbor, granted, we was young, we was on Robinson Place. And my daughter and her daughter was the same age. And every Monday morning clockwork, it will always be Monday. She banging on my door. Yanni got a pair of socks clean. You know Yanni got a pair of socks clean. You back at kid, Yanni got a pair of socks clean Monday after Monday. And I brought her baby a pair of socks. I gave her baby that pack of socks. And I told her, don't you knock on my door no more. She was mad. You always, we still love each other. But sometimes you got to put your foot down with being that favorite dummy, because yes, she got clean socks, but if you come and keep getting a pair, it ain't gonna be no more clean ones to wash. So you definitely with your neighbors. Kids are your obligation. They are definitely your obligation, right? Correct. Until well, no, Christian was talking about the socks thing, but yeah, definitely until they're 18 or in my book beyond. But just make sure you're not being your child favorite dummy, right? Just make sure you're being like the favorite parent or the parent you like, but not the favorite dummy. I was in the Giant. Giant years ago on Alabama Avenue, and this man asked me could I buy his chips, and I want to say he had a cake, and I said sure, chips and cake, put it up there. So he put it up there. He had just about three items. So then, as I'm paying for about to pay for his stuff, he put up a 24 pack of Ice House. I think that's the name of it in the blue box. It's beer, a 24 pack. And I said, hold on, what you doing? And he was like, oh, I don't need you to pay for these. And I was like, I said, and I'm not. He said, yeah, you just pay for my chips and stuff. He said, I can pay for this myself. I slid that man three items right back with that ice. He called me every name in a book as I walked out of that store. And I guess he felt that I needed to mind my business because he didn't need me to pay for his beer. He made that clear. I don't need you to pay for my beer. He just needed me to get his snacks to go with the beer, right? So, and he was very upset that I didn't buy his snacks. And I mean, I just feel like, hey, I'm not about to be your dummy. At least let me get your snacks, then you go back and pay for the beer. But why I gotta, because you can just get a 12 pack of beer instead of a 24 case, right? And then you would have had enough for your snacks. But he was very upset. He told me that's my favorite story. Fly Hands had to be the most borrowed item in the 90s. Yes. To the point where people will sometimes, you'll be their favorite dummy as a neighbor that they'll borrow so much stuff from you and don't bring it back. So you find yourself needing to go back and borrow your flat irons from them when you're ready to use it. So again, don't be anyone's favorite dummy. Anyone else have any examples? So as we going into the holiday season, that's why you ain't got it. Shut up. As we go into the holiday season, food is extremely expensive. I'm talking about butter. I'm talking about America Whip. I'm talking about little things that didn't cost much. When I seen the price of butter the other day, that really just kind of took me out. Food is so expensive. Don't keep being your family member's favorite dummy by hosting every event when you normally have to thoroughly clean your house before the event. And you have to purchase all the food. You have to cook all the food. You have to clean up everything behind everybody. And then they tell you nicely after they leave Thanksgiving, you're going to do Christmas too, right? And they be so genuine. And you get to say, oh, my family love me. I'm their favorite. They come over here every holiday. Every holiday they come over here. Oh, my family is this, my family. Let me tell you something. Any family member that you got, and if they know the prices of food and they don't contribute something, then that ain't the family member you want over. I wouldn't care if it just means you and your kids, or you going with a co-worker in a family. And y'all know family's everything to me. So I ain't saying counseling, but I'm saying don't let anybody take advantage of you. And because they act like they like you so much, because I'm so many people's favorite cousin, until I found out that I was their favorite dummy, right? And don't let them manipulate you, or do anything that they have to do to keep you in their good graces. Sometimes we're so scared to be honest. I admire honest people. I'm not there totally yet with saying what I'm thinking and how I feel, but people that's bold, that come right out, no sugarcoating and no beating around the bush, and going to tell you what it is. I admire those people so much. So much. Got noted. I have a family member that borrows money 2 days after each payday. I use it to give it to them. I said make better financial decisions. I'm no longer loaning you money. Definitely better. Don't be nobody, especially when it comes to finances. Don't be nobody's biggest dummy. We have some texts coming in. People will let you buy their necessities or pay their bills so they can go buy luxury items for themselves. My brother said on his Facebook, and I'm gonna finish off the person thing. My brother said on his Facebook yesterday, he said it like a joke. He said, if you owe me money, I don't want to see them kids in no costumes, right? And I told him, I said, oop, let me take my girls' costumes off because I know I owe you a few cash apps and talking about anything for you, sis. But I had to laugh because people will make their lifestyle according to your income without their money, right? And if they see that you're coming, I've been watching a lot of basketball players talk about how they spend so much money on their families when they first go in the league. And one basketball player was just saying today that some of those family members he don't even talk to anymore, because a lot of times people may not even like you if you're not willing to be their favorite dummy. Let's see. Meanwhile, you can't take care of you and your kids' household needs because you sacrifice to get them out of a bag. And then you become mad with them. So not only do they not want to speak to you, you don't want to speak to them, because I'm going to tell you, and I love my little brother to pieces. I would never forget. And this, he always got my back, always got hit. He tell me, and we both got us a full-size amount of kids. So we always going to the DR. Oh my God, must have been, I know I must have took about 20 family members, and Diamond was doing her wedding. So it must have been about 50 of us there. But we talked to the ER. Me being I don't like to use the word single mom, but I'm the mom of many. And I take my kids to the DR, fly them out. They're in an all-exclusive resort. And then my brother, who owed me a few dollars, spending better than me. And that's what I said. I joke about it to this day because Lord knows I would give him the house I live in, the shirt off my back. But that really, really, really brought my awareness that you sometimes will stop people from drowning and you can't even swim. So remember that, because again, as they always tell you on the airplane, put on your face mask first. Stop stopping people from drowning and you can't even swim. Some you ain't in no position to be helping nobody, but you do it for the likes. Stop being people's favorite dummy. Let's see that person. See, they got another one coming in. Let's see. That's why I don't like having people over. Yes, you do, AL. And y'all be laughing at farmers. What do farmers do? Why do we be laughing at the farmers? I always bring drinks and ice. No, you don't. You bring more than that. I always buy sodas and stuff. You do. You're not a cooker, so you'll bring your sodas, and we appreciate that. But sometimes I'll come around when I need it, and I'll ask for a dollar amount, because I got a little boat with my family. I need a dollar amount. If everybody give me $30 and take out the trash, we can get through with this holiday. Sis said exactly. And Shamika said no. No, but Shamika said no for. It gets to the point, it's like you working for them. You working for them. If I get money, it's a lot of people whose names I forgot on purpose. You don't forget their name. You do that now, Pookie. You do that now. They will spend their own money for the stuff that they want and use your money for things they need. That is so important. Use your money for the things that they need. When you're talking about the expensive food, definitely about the expensive food. Food is so expensive. Or try to make a dish. What I normally do is when I want to make a different dish for Thanksgiving and I'm preparing for the holiday, I'll start testing a dish out in advance to see how it comes out and to see what I can do better. So if you're not a cooker, that can be something that you do as well. Somebody said they hate family members who bring weed and liquor after you bought all the food and slaved in the kitchen. Well, maybe they're thinking of you with their weed. Maybe they're thinking of you with their weed. So to get ready to sum everything up, because we're getting ready to wrap it up, and we're remembering not to be anyone's favorite dummy. I had a cousin that called me maybe third or fourth down. I'm gonna tell you, when my family used to call me, I took pride in being able to show up and show out every time. Like I truly enjoyed being everybody's favorite kitty. And now I like being me. I like being me, right? I like being my favorite. My cousin called me. I want to say he's probably, Pookie's 30. So I would say he's probably, if he's not 40, he'll be 40 any day. And he called me and asked me that I have any spare money. And I said, no, I'm in the process of getting the house back in Suitland ready. And I got to do a lot of work. I said, so right now I don't have it. And he told me, yeah, because I'm trying to get a coat. I want to know if you can get me a coat. I got about 6.5 kids, 2 grandkids, plenty of nieces and nephews that haven't even graduated high school yet. If you are almost 40 years old and don't have a coat, stay in the house. You need to stay in the house. If you're 30 years old and don't have a coat and don't have a job, you need to stay in the house because you've already shown us, like you need to stay in the house for this year and next year. Because that tells me that you are not able to manage your finances and your money. You're not able to be responsible. So you probably have already went outside too much this year. And you don't need to go back out. You need to stay in. And this is not even one of my first cousins, right? These ain't fizzy kids, right? That's not even a first. This probably I have to add it up. It's probably a 5th or a 6th cousin, right? And if you had told me that you wanted it to get to work, I definitely probably would have done it. But for a coat, where you need to go? Where do you need to go? And then if you do got to get somewhere urgently, run, because the running will keep your body warm, right? It will keep your body warm. So think about that. Hey, Trail, the Suck on Fizzy Babies up. And so please, how you going to stay in the house without a job? Well, I don't know, Christian. I don't have all those answers, but something has to give, because what is it about me? Like, if y'all know me, y'all know Dan, you ain't married me yet, right? Y'all know I'm too flamboyant to not let y'all know I hit the Powerball, right? And last thing y'all know is that I have a bunch of kids, and every few dollars I got outside of them is for Nala and Yard. So how did my name come up out of the hat to buy the coat? Like what could have happened, right? Because lately I ain't even maintenance my locks, right? So the front I ain't even maintenance, so you don't even know that they maintenance, right? So you can't think I got no money, right? I ain't bought nothing new. I ain't had no new purses, no new nothing. So how did my name come out of a hat that you thought I could buy the coat, right? Not some single woman with no kids, real fly, got all this money and job. No, they do coat give. Okay, they do coat giveaway. But you know what? I ain't think about that because Pookie got like a closet full of coats. And I might could have gave him a coat, but it wasn't even that. That makes a lot of sense. Right. Is that what they were saying, sis? Because my thing is, I started it all by saying, I'm trying to get the house together. And I ain't gotta keep my, you do. And I'm trying to get the house. So anybody knows that when you're doing anything on a house, it's so expensive. Like toilets, last I checked, The toilets are like $97 in Home Depot. You ain't even hooked the tubes up to the toilet, right? So for you to hear me say this and still proceed to say, get you a coat, not Dad, you fixing it up? I paint it? You know, what you paying somebody to paint? You can give me half of that, cousin. You know, don't be nobody stupid dummy. And last but not least, going into the holiday season, maybe he said Coke. He ain't say no Coke, not Coke. Shut up, boy. Going into the holiday season, do not be anyone's favorite dummy by spending more than you have. This Christmas, I plan on not buying any gifts outside of my mother. I said I would give Yanni and Pookie a certain amount of coins for Yari and Nala. And outside of my mother, and I guess I grab Daddy something too. He don't need much. But I like to buy my mom a lot of Christmas gifts, like little, not big stuff, but I'll get her something big, and I like to buy her a pair of earrings. I like to get her some pajamas. I just like to make sure she has a lot of gifts under the tree. But outside of my mother, I do not plan on doing any Christmas shopping. I do plan on blessing everybody at the beginning of the year, like I was able to do last year, or maybe for Valentine's Day. And I definitely don't really have it financially, right? But I definitely could make it happen because I'm good at that, or being resourceful with credit cards and all those types of things. But I choose not to. I just want to have a loving Christmas with decoration, family, movies, playing games. And after I slave over all this food, I just want to just sit back and take my rest. Sometimes, you know, when you're such an important person, it's sometimes important to take your rest. So therefore, I don't want y'all to stop not get me anything. No, y'all can still give me some. I ain't turned Muslim or anything, right? You can still get me something. It's just that I don't want anybody expecting anything from me, because that's what I'm not doing this year. I told my kids, if you have a job, you're only getting 2 gifts. Only Kamari will have multiple gifts. You're twin. I'm going to Jersey party. I'm going to Jersey party, so I'm going over Pookie house for my jersey. I felt I left in his closet. Okay, well, you and him will work that out. There's a plenty of coats and everything in that house. Your brother got kids too. Yeah, mental health days are real. So thank you all so much for sipping with a sister. And I just want to ask you all one question. Please answer. Does anybody plan on being anyone's favorite dummy for the remainder of 2023? Yes or no? Declare it right here. Declare it right now. That you're no longer, doesn't mean that I won't continue to love hard, doesn't mean that I won't continue to support you and be there for you, but let's all relieve ourselves from being the favorite dummy, and let's see if people really love you and like you as much as you think. Again, thank you all so much for sipping with a sister, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Congratulations to Shamika and Sanaya on their new jobs. Shamika starts Friday and Sanaya starts Thursday. So shout out to the both of them. And have a great week, and let's enjoy our month. Mwah.